Stagnation describes is the aftermath of some of the bad things that happened.
Yeah.
Well, the destruction of Yond caused food shortages.
Right, yes.
Or food prices went through the roof.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, look.
You did not come from Yond. You think you came from a place called Garden.
It's like a new garden. I'm going to take a peek in here.
Well, while she's doing that, I'm gonna do detect magic and maybe knowledge nature to try and see if this is like supercharges druid spells or like whatever, I forget what is not arcane spellcasting.
Divine
spellcasting.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what the professor thinks this is some sort of really amplifies divine spellcaster. He's trying to figure out if that's the case.
Yeah, you can give me a spellcraft check.
You can add 2 if you have 5 or more ranks of knowledge nature.
I have probably not that many.
Jack is coming out with you because he's in his puppy dog mode and just simply following.
Mm-hmm.
29.
Yeah, it does have something to do with
Nature and divine spells. 29.
You think it would increase the caster level of druids you cast in this circle?
We don't have any druids though to test this theory.
Rangers would also be applied.
Actually, I can cast some druid spells.
Realizing that, I'll look up to see where you are and notice you've wandered away.
Yeah, you notice the door is open and they're like, it's like on the other side of the door's in the middle of a forest and you notice the cat's looking around and...
What are you two doing? I'll step up and see what Pharisee's looking at on the other side.
Okay.
I'll just shrink you down to a smaller size.
Seems like logic.
I'm gonna look for...
I was laughing at Kenny's comment. When the gym gives you a forklift, you turn it into
money. They also rode a forklift around and attacked the thing with the forklift.
Nice.
Did they find assault weapons too?
Yep.
Are you bringing your unseen servant through?
Yes. Yeah, because I'm afraid he'll disappear if he doesn't come with me
Yep.
everywhere.
The path to the left leads to a clearing. The path to the right leads further into the forest, and you do see, when you're really close to it, where the door is, that this place does have a barrier, and you can see that branches kind of bend when they hit it, and some creeping vines are climbing this. It doesn't look like a wall. It just looks like a video game invisible barrier. You've just sort of reached the edge.
Like a jar that things might be trapped in.
And then maybe some sort of illusion beyond that continues the generic pattern of like foliage and trees. The trees have a canopy. Like this is some serious dense growth.
Zephyros, Luudo, Manny, what you guys doing?
Zephyros is staying put on this side. He's not even sure he can fit through the pillars of the henge. But
yeah, you could.
He's not. He knows that Mandreas and Luudo are inside that monstrosity, so he's going to stay here.
You witness Wormwood just disappearing, like you blinked and he was gone.
I'm gonna have Pixel fly over towards the clearing, sneaking.
Where'd Pixel's token go?
I don't know. It's a good question. I want to find a large tree to talk to.
How big is this door into the forest?
It might be big enough for
The Apparatus of Kwalish?
The apparatus to fit through.
Huh. That would be hilarious.
Oh my god.
You might have to retract its feet, though.
And have Zeth pushing through.
Alright, I got a pixel. Here's Pixel.
Wee. Look at me and be like, let's see what this baby can do.
you're in charge, Captain.
Damn right.
Amazing me to just sort of laughing.
Yes, he's got the meat.
Laughing as Luudo is moving this towards. Oh, if the elephant man doesn't get out of the way.
Luudo's gonna light his pipe and give off a cackle, holding it on the side of his mouth like the captain.
So the thing you learn, its movement rate is
Slow as hell.
20, which means that each move it does is 20.
Okay.
You said one of the levers you could operate faster than a full round. Is it the turning?
The turning you could do part turns, and
Right.
the move you can do part moves.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna make. So there is a skill, and it's called Pilot. But
Sweet.
this is a skill that that the people who made these machines assumed people would have. You're just going by dexterity.
Here we go.
So just give me a dexterity check as the Apparatus of Kwalish is going into the area where the menhir stones are, and, and it's just going.
Oh, we're gonna wreck the
It's just going forward.
Oh Lord.
Oh, is it gonna fit?
It'll fit.
We'll say this is a DC 12 to navigate the first menhir stone.
14.
Oh yeah.
You're moving around a little like that creature in Men in Black wearing the Edgar suit.
Yeah. Luudo, it looked like he was gonna go right into a pillar, and Luudo's like,
hit that one, and he hit that one, and he turned, take it back, and Luudo's in charge, and Manny's just basically co-piloting. Yeah, the thing bumped into one of the stones.
Oh,
it
God.
rocked a little bit, like these things would fall on top of you, but you managed to get into the middle of the henge. There's a weird buzzing sound, as it feels like the underside of the apparatus is like electrifying or something like that inside the henge. You could see that there's
Getting some water.
another pie shaped, letter pie shaped henge, and then a much smaller door between beyond that henge.
I will turn around as this thing enters the room. Oh, splendid! I see you've mastered it already.
Are you gonna try to navigate the henge and then immediately the door
course,
afterwards?
yes.
Okay. What is your strategy for getting through the door?
So getting to the door, I'm going to. You said the legs will probably need to retract on that.
Something's gonna happen to the legs. You don't know whether they're smart enough to retract on their own. But if they're retracting, how do you move forward?
Can I move forward as fast as possible?
There's also the
hold and
pincers that are
retract and see if I can slide in.
There's also the pincers that are up.
Those will retract too. You can retract pincers and feelers.
Yeah, it has a
Yeah.
couple of like lobster like ropes that you're pretty sure help the thing snap. Like you're pretty sure it helps with sensing.
I'm gonna head forward.
Yep.
Depends how much space between. I'm gonna try and go slow through the pie pillars.
Yep.
And then speed up and then pull my legs out from under me and see if it'll land and slide a little. Maybe wedge itself into the door.
Got it. What are you doing with the pincers?
The legs.
No, the big claws.
I know. So that only.
You can do it first.
Oh yeah, let's get rid of the pincers first off.
Okay, you retract the pincers and they are now tight to the underside of the body.
Kind of look at Manny.
They're kind of like, think it'll work?
We're about to find out, good buddy. See what this baby can do. I can give it a nice little ting ting on the side.
Okay.
I'm going to begin to carefully try and navigate between the.
When you ting on the side, you see that it has a placard on it.
Okay.
And it has a number.
What's the number?
0313.
Okay.
Lucky 313, buddy.
Okay.
Serial number.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone made it. There's more. So I'm gonna try and navigate that.
Wait, if you turn that upside down, it's no,
Not yet.
no, not quite. No.
Are you thinking 8085?
Something like that. Yeah.
3. Yes.
Middle school jokes.
Yep. Calculator jokes.
So if I open the portholes, do I get any sort of bonus for maneuvering all the portholes?
Sure.
Sweet.
So you uncover all the portholes.
So we can see full 3 well besides the back.
Besides the back, you could open the back and you'd be
I
able to
was
see the back.
thinking I could open the. Will that do anything? I guess that won't really help us. Unless we're trying to back out. So we'll keep that closed for now.
Okay.
And head forward.
Okay, so your goal is to slowly move through this set of stones,
Right.
and then try to gun it last moment
Yeah.
through the door.
Yes.
Okay. Retracting the legs when?
As soon as the front of, I'm assuming the front has a little bit of a lead.
Yep.
As soon as that front starts at the beginning of the frame, pull
Okay, so you're trying to like jump the thing in through the door.
Yes.
Okay, this is a difficult maneuver. First, it's a
Yes.
you've got +2 because you can see through the sides.
Okay.
And you've done it before, so this is DC 12 to get through the menhir stones.
Can we hear what's going on the other side? Not necessarily, right?
No, you can look back and you can see.
This isn't gonna go too well.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
It was slow. It's like one of the legs got caught by one of the stones. Give me a strength check for the apparatus. So just a D20 roll.
2.
Okay.
It's probably good.
Plus, what's your strength?
It kind of you went too slow, and you feel like right now you've got 2 legs through and 2 legs that are kind of stuck on the other sides of the the pie-shaped configuration of stone. So you're actually not stuck in the door; you're stuck in the
pillars.
in the pillars themselves. The pillars haven't moved. You kind of were going really slow and carefully, and now you don't have momentum to kind of move forward.
Can we open the back hatch and reverse out?
Yeah, you can open the back hatch and try to reverse out. Give me another piloting check. Zephyros is back there. You can see him looking at you.
26.
No problem.
Don't mind us.
You back out a little bit, and there's a little scuff on the stone. That's all right. They look old anyways.
We'll buff it out.
We'll get back to
Zephyros is just looking at this. He's not even sure he wants to be involved in this.
All right. Zephyros.
Plausible deniability.
Let's see. What do you catch down in D area here? While you were looking, give me a D8.
Me?
No, this is Zephyros.
Zephyros, nice.
Yeah.
6.
Check my notes here. Long campaign. My notes. Thieves.
I mean, it is as big as Zephyros. In theory, it could have gone all the places we've gone so far.
I know.
Aside from ladders, I mean...
Zephyros, when you were looking at this area, actually to the top, you recognize an arcane sigil. It's like the ABCs of arcane writing. And it's actually like the ABCs of arcane writing that you would put up in your child's room, hoping that they would pick up on magical writing.
Oh dear. Because that draws my attention, right?
Yep.
As soon as this party's coming back, we're going up there.
Okay, we'll just call this particular area the Arcanist's Annex.
I mean, I might stroll over and just take a look, but I'm not going to touch anything or...
Okay, you see that this chamber holds what looks like hundreds of wands, rings, staves, amulets, and other trinkets, each of which, or a lot of which, have what you assume are wizardly arcane sigils. Every wizard has an arcane sigil that is their mark.
Okay.
Some of the rings, wands, staves, and amulets are arranged in weird trees, like someone did macaroni art out of all these rings and drew lines between them. You would drink it. None of them are labeled in any way. Interspersed throughout the collection are stuffed, bottled, preserved, and mummified remains of small animals. Bats, lizards, hares, snakes, porcupines, birds.
Familiars, maybe?
Familiars. Some intact, other just bits and pieces.
Do I sense anything? I suppose you want me to do a perception check for that. I mean, do I know if this is true or if this is just an illusion of some kind?
Yeah, you can give me a will save if you're trying to disbelieve that you're thinking up to 1,000 wizards things are here, and I need a knowledge arcana as well.
Okay, so let's start with a knowledge arcana.
Oh god.
I do have this creeping hand that's short on a few rings here.
Knowledge arcana is 27.
Okay, and then the will save?
I have a +5 will save. So it's 1d20 +5. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it is a +5.
Pretty low for a wizard.
18 will save.
It looks pretty damn real to you. There's nothing that suggests that this is.
Yeah, I'll look like that.
but you get to thinking about, are all these things magical? And with your knowledge 27, knowledge arcana, plus the fact that you have one, is that only to a wizard is their arcane bond magical. So if you put bonuses into your arcane bond item, no one can benefit from that arcane bond item.
Right.
So all this stuff would be useless.
Also, you can't cast spells really well if you are an arcane bond caster, which means that there's 1,000 wizards out there, maybe dead, maybe not, who've had to either recreate their arcane bond or are having a very hard time, or dead. Those familiars, yep, they're familiars, run the gamut. There's not 1,000 of them, there's probably 40 of them, and we're talking some of them are cruel versions of somebody's taxidermy. Others are well preserved in small bottles and jars, while others are maybe just a foot or a claw, a wing, in various states of decomposition and preserving. Again, nothing is labeled. The 27 suggests that where there are weird collections in trees and in lines is somebody's attempt to not show the family lines of wizards, but to show the apprentice-master relationships that happen over time.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Others are just haphazardly placed throughout the room, but there are some family wizard trees, if you will, that if you knew who some of the wizards were, then you could start to uncover what.
That's heavy, Doc.
Do I?
You. What is your arcane bond? Your ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a ring? Okay, so you absent-mindedly kind of like thumb at your ring a little bit, wondering what happens to it if you go into this chamber.
No. I step away from this chamber. The fact that that is what's in there, and it's got the wizard ABCs at the door, that is a warning sign.
Okay. From a mere mercantile point of view, even though magics placed by their wizards don't apply to the average Joe that picks them up, items that bear enchantment have to be at least of masterwork quality. So each of those items are worth at least anywhere from 50 to 300 gold pieces, if not more. So there's a lot of sparkly value in that room, were it not for the warning.
Yeah, I am not convinced that any room in this place is worth going into at this point.
Zephyros the Fant is cautious.
Whereas others are inside the devices, cramming them through doors. Let's go to the forest.
As you've sent Pixel to fly high up.
Yeah, Sneaky, she's looking for a big tree.
Okay. A big tree nearby or a big tree?
A big tree nearby.
Okay.
I'll just step through and touch a branch to see if I disbelieve it.
Yeah, we'll save.
26? Not 20. Nice.
You can see through the illusion of the edge of this place. It now seems solid to you.
Oh, like just there's a wall where it looks like the forest goes?
Yep.
Very
It's more like a gigantic dome.
I can see the wall. It's a gigantic dome.
Pixel comes back pretty quickly.
Trees are real though.
I'll take a close look at the wall now that I've been told that it's an illusion.
Okay.
Can I do a will save?
Yep. Plus 4 because you're being told it's
Right.
an illusion.
30?
Yep, you see through. You see through it
Nice.
as well. The place still has considerable vegetation that is real, and there's like bloom and growth and.
It's a beautiful place, but small. Just a piece of forest.
Pixel comes running back.
I can see people. There's a lake in the middle. There are two ladies with they look like elves, but they're wearing antlers, and I think they're talking to a fish.
No. Is the fish talking back?
Does that sound familiar at all?
Sounds strange.
Is there a big tree that I can talk to?
There's lots of big trees all around.
Nothing stands out particularly.
Not that I can see.
Alright, I am going to find a nearby tree and cast Speak with Trees,
Okay.
which is my
Specifically trees?
Nihetko once per day.
Yeah.
I can speak with plants if those plants are trees.
You go up to this tree, and it's right near the path that leads out. And let me just look at the power. Is it speak with plants, but for trees?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll last for a minute per level. Can ask questions and receive answers. Plant senses are of course limited.
Okay. You chose this tree because it's got a root that has been exposed by the path.
Nice, nice.
You hear the presence of the tree.
Hello, my friend.
Friend sunshine, friend
Yes.
air, friend water, friend earth.
I'm Pharisee, the Herald of Autumn. See, my bark touches yours.
Autumn, yes. Time before sleep.
Yes, yes. Where is this? Where are you? Is this a happy place where you grow well?
He thinks, I have what I need, but there are many roots competing.
Your seeds do not spread far.
No. The wind is the same wind.
Are there people who come to tend to the forest? Are you well treated?
There was once one who lived in the trees, who would visit and read our stories to us. She has not visited in many circles.
Was it Baba Yaga?
No.
No. Do you know that name?
Yes, we all know that name upon the wind, and fear it. She's the one that brings about winter.
Ah, yes. Yes. Interesting.
She's the one whose word can uproot. She is the one who could kill with wind. She has not been here in many circles.
Has she been here more recently than the one that read your stories?
No.
The one that read your stories has been here more recently.
Yes.
Who else is in here?
The ones that scratch their claws on our bark. The one that splashes in the water.
Are they angry?
Witherroot is angry.
Witherroot.
He stalks this forest. He uproots the ones who are dead. He kills those who are not strong.
Ah. He tends. But with an eye towards his own needs.
Yes,
Is he a friend of Wormwood? Do you recall Wormwood?
old name. Many circles ago. Wormwood, yes. Wormwood made other trees rotten. We did not like him.
Ah, yes. He was covered in mushrooms and oozing sap.
Maybe.
Is there anything that we can do for you?
Don't let the ones with the claws scratch upon my bark.
All right.
And one of my roots hurts. But it grew stiff and numb long ago.
Oh. Do you want me to trim it?
No.
I will leave it there.
You can. Ferris is touching the tree. Her eyes are going kind of fluttering in the back of her head, and she's. They look like concentric rings growing, kind of like kaleidoscopes in her eyes.
I'll turn to the hand on my shoulder and say, "Is that what I look like when I get away?" And I'll wave my
No
hand.
toad.
This is a hand maker.
All right. I'll look around again. Come back to my senses.
What are you doing?
Tech goes over and puts his head against the tree.
There is one here called Witherbark that uproots the dead things and kills the weak things. It sounds like it might be like Wormwood. There are things with claws that scratch the trees. Something that splashes in the water.
Didn't Pixit say she saw fish?
Yes, and some creatures with antlers,
They look like elves.
like elves. Yes,
Deer do some sort of scratching on
it
trees?
sounds like fae.
No, but you can hear something trying to crash through the doorway behind you.
Oh,
Give me another check there, Luudo.
let's step out the way on this one.
Alright. The hand will scuttle out of the way. That's on my shoulder.
Slow, but not as slow as last time. You need to build up some momentum. Give me your check to get through the the men here. Stone. Yeah, you got some momentum and you're pulling it back, and the thing that's now doing a nosedive as you're pulling the feet in. You've got some momentum. Here we go. And the 23 actually gets you through the door.
Yes!
Yes! I'm just gonna shrink this whole thing down because
You see that, Manny?
No!
Shh! There are others here.
I don't think
I don't think we can hear you.
that.
Ah,
just comes flying into the peaceful woods.
Scraping along the door, high-pitched screech, some birds gonna...
Oh, the burning filth of the city has come even to this tiny capsule.
Okay, you thought you heard a distant splash, and
I'll start casting Haunted Fate aspect continuously.
okay. Zephyros, are you following?
Yeah, Zephyros is not going to split the party, so with seeing that they disappear, he follows suit.
Okay, well, I need one last perception check as you're leaving the museum area.
Oh yeah, I've got a great perception, remember?
Elephants, never forget.
6.
Okay.
This one forgot.
You don't notice any movement in the museum as you move through. I'm just going to shrink you down a little bit because these are 10-foot squares.
Okay.
We'll be a little loosey-goosey if combat happens.
Yeah.
The apparatus is smaller, and then Luudo and Manny are in the apparatus. Captain Luudo up front. Okay, so yeah, Luudo, you're basically, the thing is just on the other side of the door. It's along a path.
Woo! Bring those legs back up.
It's standing up as Zephyros squeezes his way in. Alright, you guys are in a wooded area. Pixel buzzes in front of the front window of the apparatus.
Well, they must be close.
I appear to be a bizarre, insane fey creature. As I continuously keep casting Haunted Fey aspect on myself every time it falls. It's a disturbing illusion that makes me look and sound like a bizarre, insane fey creature. I also gain DR1 cooldown against a single opponent until the end of the spell. Or until
That's
I
for
take
one round per level. Okay, so
I'll just keep doing it.
you've got 2 weird antennae and some black gossamer wings, and your knees are backwards with hooves.
That's about right, yeah.
That sounds pretty insane. A little goatee.
Do we have to make will saves? Do not be afraid by this thing?
He is. It just gives you DR. There's no other. It's disturbing, but no mechanical effect disturbing.
I mean, you watch me sort of do it. Everybody's just around when I start doing it. I don't really hide. It's
Okay.
and I'll say,
Hello. You hear a distant voice in the field and a little bit of breeze from the wind. Some splashing.
There's no way to avoid them knowing that we're here, so I'll just say,
No, not with clickety clank over here.
hello.
Okay. The group of you kind of goes out into the clearing, I imagine, just to get a better view.
Yeah.
Let me expose a little bit more of the
I'm Pharisee, a visitor.
forest.
I'll hide behind a tree, but not hide very well. I'll keep poking out to looking at them.
So you can see the clearing is quite large. Skyclops!
Where do these animations come from? Does Skyclops get to pick that, or do you?
No, I picked those as well. Skyclops, welcome to the channel. Thanks for rating. How did your stream go?
Ooh, 95.
How's it going, Skyclops?
Thanks, guys.
At the center of the clearing, there are 2 women that look very much the same. They are calmly shaped elven women in leather armor. They both are wearing similar but not quite the same set of antlers. There's this really plump fish that has broken the surface of the water and is paddling happy in the pond-like lake at the center. The 2 of them were standing close to each other. And you can see the fish does a little like somersault in the water and comes back up and is happily kind of splashing around like it's got intelligence. Immediately Tech breaks out the great sword that he's been wielding, has it in front of him and sort of is walking awkwardly forward with it.
It's a +2 greatsword, basically?
It is a +2 greatsword.
I think we had identified it at one point. Right?
Yep.
And fixed. Oh wait, no, this is
The apparatus of Kwalish clanks into view.
Hold, Tech. Let's talk with them.
He makes a little clicking noise as he's holding on to the blade. The two women look at each other when the Apparatus of Kwalish crashes through some bushes and just sort of stomps over some flowers and moves into the center of the field and is looking quite menacing. Of course, Zephyros, being a fant, is also menacing.
I'll run away from the device of Kwalish into the other stand of trees.
Fly up 10 feet.
Okay.
In the
One of the women actually makes a motion backwards, like with her hand, and kind of like calls something out, while the other woman stands forward and welcomes you.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. I got an idea of what this is.
Welcome to Lakeland, she says. Her Elvish is... I don't know, are any of you native Elven speakers? Probably not. Nope. There's a bit of an accent. You can't quite place it. What brings you here?
I mean, what?
Well, they certainly came to talk to me.
There's some splashing in the water. The fucking fish talked.
In Fae, I'll say, where are we?
Nope, I don't speak Elven. I speak Sylvan.
In Fae.
I'll speak at them in Sylvan.
I'm Pharisee of the autumn.
Will you come and sit by the lake with us? The thing is a pond. You don't know why they call it Lakeland or...
Lakeland is small.
She smiles at that, like she knows something more than you do.
Are you the ones that scratch the trees?
The other one has gone around the pond and is kind of like beckoning something out. She seems to be calling it out of the trees, and you can see way far off in the distance, oh, there's your big tree. A very dark set of leaves kind of moving amongst the trees, and some crunching in the far off wood.
Ah, send our greetings to Witherbark then.
I'm afraid I don't recognize your name. Perhaps you can come and sit with us and explain. You can stay there. She points at the contraption.
I'll yell in Sylvan from the trees I'm hiding behind.
Yep.
You tell us your name first!
Yes. What is your name?
I'll fly out a little bit.
I am Yanga, this is Yeva. And this is the koi fish. Splashes around like it enjoys its own name.
It's quite coy.
It's quite koi.
What brings you here? How have you come to be in this place?
We live here.
Have you always lived here?
We've come to bask in the beauty of Lakeland, is it not?
Oh, it's beautiful. I
Come, sit. You notice
wanted
there's-
to join this place, but it's too small to my liking, I'm afraid.
The one that was calling something like a tree, you can see that there is a massive willow tree. It looks partially rotten. There is a lantern that is hanging in one of its upper boughs. It's got all sorts of flies and fireflies around it.
Cool.
It starts to saunter out. Let me give it its
Oh, with a
proper
root.
size.
Yes, there we go.
She's pulling out things from a basket. She's pulling out what looks like a bottle of port or wine. She's pulling out little bowls. Might be fruit.
I cannot stay long. Lest I become trapped by Baba Yaga too. Yes.
You need not worry. You are a fey creature and you're welcome here in Lakeland.
All right. I'll come and treat with you for a bit. Perhaps you can tell me more of this place?
I'll dash over to this tiny strand of trees.
Okay, so these are 10-foot squares, so you made a 50-foot dash.
Yeah. Stopping to cast a spell as I go.
Right. Anyone else moving up?
Pixel's going to move up and hover near me.
Okay. Tech is just
No,
following.
Zephyros is standing back at this moment.
Okay. Are you moving the
Stay back
apparatus
just a
up?
bit.
Yeah, being unable to hear inside of that. You see everybody moving forward.
I'll hold my hand out like that.
Okay, so the apparatus, what are you stopping?
I'm gonna put my mouth to the visor opening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
What's
move out of the
happening?
way.
Okay.
Wait back there a little bit.
The koi fish is going. He's laughing at that. The two ladies do not look impressed. But their backup is also arriving. Shuffling up to the edge of the pond is this massive.
Have you stopped?
Almost
Yeah,
fuzzy
okay.
looking with its flyaway, swampy, but silky in the wind tendrils or growth. It's like a rotten willow almost. It looks at the apparatus of Kwalish with blue eyes of hatred.
Can I give it a double click with
Pour a little bit of
I have to look over man and see what that'll do to him. Oh, he doesn't seem to like us too much.
You know,
What fun.
if I open up the hatch in the back, I'll be able to fire at the back of it.
fire?
Well,
Let's see where this goes.
alright, could you open up the back?
I've been farting it up.
Wait, which one's the back? I can do it.
10. They're farthest to the
10?
right. Please.
Alright.
So Manny's basically ready to pull the hatch to the left. Thursday's basically like, will you guys fucking stop? The claws are extended and kind of clacking. Pixel buzzes by your head, kind of like, what are they doing?
We brought this from the museum.
You should be careful about taking things that do not belong to you, Pharisee.
Oh, I'm careful about it.
Who are these friends of yours, and would they like to join us for some port and bounty of the forest?
I think the professor would like to join you for some port. That seems like his speed.
Port? Did I hear port? I'll say it, Sylvan.
Let me pour a couple of doses.
She raises an eyebrow at what you said.
Trying to phrase there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she smiles nonetheless.
I'll pour a couple of doses.
Okay, so you're right in between them to go get the port.
Okay.
Give me a sense motive.
Oh yeah, that seems fair. It's probably not good.
Says the koi fish.
Can I do a sense motive?
Look at the face of the koi fish.
Can I do a sense motive as well? from
Sure.
back here?
Luudo, since you're inside the contraption, sound doesn't travel very well, so you're like,
those
those are two ladies.
Like they're drinking. And I was like, I'm gonna turn to Manning, kind of put my feet up on the dash. Like, you got any more of that whiskey left, or?
Yeah. It gives you a little,
12 for me.
Well, elves creep me out. So how about we have a drink in here?
Yeah, these ones definitely do.
and then I need an opposed perception versus the roll I'm gonna make here. 38 and 32.
Nope. We didn't get it.
$13. I definitely don't see it.
You could have with a 20 though.
I could have, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys don't have a plus 12 or higher, then don't bother rolling.
I guess. Zephyros.
What did you say your name was? Pharisee?
Pharisee, yes.
What place have you come from? You're a fairy, aren't you? I can recognize a fairy when I see one.
Yes, I come from a great forest that's gone. And I've been living in station.
Oh, station. I've heard of a place full of metal and gears. Perhaps you could send your friends back to station.
It's a terrible place, station.
Tell them that they're not allowed in my pond.
Yes. No, it won't come in your pond.
I don't like it when it goes into the pond.
Has it come into the pond before?
No.
Yes, I don't think you would like it. That makes sense.
No, the shiny things down there are mine.
The what?
Nothing.
Yes.
He said shiny things!
All right.
Yelling, Sylvan.
Well,
Are these creatures bothering you?
Not yet. The treant reorients itself. So
Oh,
it's kind of
hello,
like coming.
Witherroot.
How do you know my name?
I am friend to the trees. I speak with them.
Do you now?
Yes.
You have never spoken to me.
I've never spoken to you before, that's true.
First time, I suppose.
Yes. I'll pour a couple of doses of port.
He looks back at the two ladies.
Hand one to the professor.
Okay.
I will come out far enough from my trees to grab it with the unseen servant and then scuttle back into the trees with it.
What about the ones that are inside the apparatus? Won't they like a drink?
I don't think you want to drink with them. Look at them inside their smoldering metal contraption.
Yes, they're hiding. Why would they want to hide from us?
Who knows? It's their right. Let them.
Oh, they're inside the apparatus. They're not allowed to come in here.
And it splashes some water with its tail towards the apparatus.
Don't worry. Tell me, Koifish, where are you from? I've told you where I'm from.
Oh, I've been here for such a long time, I don't remember where I came from. Probably somewhere with a little more space.
Yes, I should think so. Are you trapped here by the witch then? You cannot leave. What if I took you to a nice big pond?
No, Koifish must remain here to entertain those who come to Lakeland.
Aha, to entertain. Do you enjoy entertaining?
Of course I do. It is a lot of fun to splash around the water and to swim in the same vast pond, day in, day out. Especially when winter comes. No one comes to talk to me in the winter.
Oh, does she come to talk to you in the winter? She brings the winter, doesn't she?
Oh yes, but it hasn't been winter here in a long time.
You talk out of turn, koi fish.
Is it winter soon then? It is autumn now. It is the time of my patron.
Your patron?
Yes.
Your patron is not she.
No, I'm sure we would be good friends.
Then let us have a drink to your patron. And they,
Professor.
and they raise their glasses.
What do you think of this? What do you think of this port? What of the quality of it?
I will pull out.
They raise their glasses.
Hold on, I am going to. I think this is. Antitoxin is not going to work against poison, will it? Right?
But it does.
It does? I will drink this small antitoxin and then take a sip of the port
Okay.
and see if it tries to fuck me up.
The alchemical antitoxin, I believe, for a certain amount of time, will give you a bonus to your saving throw.
Should be a +4 alchemical bonus to saving throws against poison. For probably about an hour.
Yeah, it is an alchemical item, and I'm searching for it now.
X number of minutes.
I don't even remember where we picked this up. I've had it almost since the beginning.
Balms, medicine, antitoxin, vial. Come on. Come on, website.
What do you think, Koi Fish? Have you drank of
I
this?
think it's a +5. We'll say it's a +5 for now because the website is not going. And so you drink that, and then drink the port, and give me a fort save.
It's poison, get him!
It's definitely port.
For 26?
Magical port.
26, okay. You're like, oh, that makes you really, really woozy, but you manage to ward it off.
I've had port though,
Yes.
and I know how woozy a good port makes me.
Yeah, after like a bottle.
So we tried to immediately put me to sleep.
Yeah,
basically?
after you drank it, you're like, oh god, you're like your eyes started crossing, and
I will cackle with mad laughter from behind my tree and say in Sylvan, "Ha delicious sleeping potion!"
Is it now?
both the women are smiling.
How interesting.
Fine vintage too.
Their claws are growing long.
They're going to attack us.
I'll hex one of them with sleep, just to see if I can turn the tables on them.
All right, I think initiative after the
It does
professor
seem
drank
like-
port.
Yeah, it does seem like
and
that's
yelled,
gonna,
and yelled poison.
that's gonna happen.
Chop that tree down, baby.
Thank you for bringing the horrible machine.
Yeah.
So we've got Wither Root, we've got the Koi Fish, the two Elven ladies.
How do I roll initiative for this thing?
It's a good question. I think it's your initiative because it has to do with how you're rolling the.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense to me.
Woohoo! Big 19 for the professor. Nice.
And Willow Root, is it? Willow Root.
Wither root?
Wither Root? Wither Root. Yeah.
Wither root.
Okay, you guys are in trouble. These things are not.
They're not messing around, are they?
No.
No.
The Elven ladies are growing very, very long faces, and their claws are becoming sharp like daggers. Willow Root seems to be a little slower to react. The Koi Fish is giggling.
Did we go this way? Yes. Where's the old professor?
No, I'm not. I'm not flying now.
Okay. Making Professor drink it was funny.
I'm an insane fan creature too.
I didn't want you to. I wanted you to cast detect on it and figure out what it was.
I got this antitoxin. It's been itching to get off that character sheet.
Use your powers, I guess. Yeah, that's one way to get through the poison. Not to. Mockernum's not here, right? He's upstairs.
Yeah, he's making sure that fucking
Yeah,
Oh,
the crazy guy doesn't close the door.
badass.
God
Which,
damn
by the way, we never asked you, Ahmed. Malbut. Is Malbut's a play on badass?
Mal butt.
Yes.
Yep.
So, whenever you get around to answering that.
And then is his brother's name Benedict?
Yes.
God, that's awesome.
I knew there was like a foil to it to come up with.
I'm just rolling for the ladies and the Koi Fish.
God damn.
Somebody want to roll for Manny?
yeah.
Oh my god. I'm so happy that
You
this
got
thing is
17,
in a combat. I really
Make it a 19.
just want to see this thing just do
Yeah, I think we want that thing to fight the
tree?
The treant.
Professor, it makes sense, given that you're the one who drank the damn poison, you get to go first in initiative. This is a full round. They knew they were poisoning you. You went, oh god,
Yeah.
it was poison. Everyone,
Yeah.
maybe, well, no, Luudo, from your perspective.
Yeah, you can't hear shit.
Yeah, but the tree came over and is glowering at the mechanical
Yeah,
thing, so you're kind of on edge. So there's nobody who's surprised in this combat. So we'll start off full round actions, and Professor, what are you doing from the bushes?
I am going to cast. Ooh, what is the distance on this one? How far am I away from these guys? These are 10-foot squares
Yep.
instead of 5?
You're 20 feet away from the first Druidus.
Ooh, interesting.
You're 40 feet away from Wither Root.
And how far from the fish?
The fish that's splashing and almost like clapping the top of the water with its fins.
40 feet.
About 40 feet away.
Do I get the sense? I guess that would probably have been a skill check, but like talking to them, that that these guys are combat? Do they seem like casters? Do they have like accoutrements of casters? I don't see any of that, or weapons on them. It seems like their claws.
Their claws are growing really long, and they may have pouches for spell components.
Okay. I will cast Aphasia on the closest one to me. It's gonna lose language. I think there's a will save to negate it. Spell resistance, yes. One creature within 25 plus 5 for every 2 levels, so 35. You render the target unable to understand any language, including spoken language, written language, sign language, gestures attempting to mimic crude language, or even true speech and telepathy. The affected creature is unable to communicate, use command words, cast spells with verbal components, or use any other abilities that require language.
1 round per level at the end of each turn, subject can attempt to a new saving throw. Okay, cool. This requires a caster level check to break the creature's spell resistance.
Okay, so that's just my caster level plus a d20?
Yep. Unless you have feats like spell penetration or greater spell penetration, there are items and racial powers that allow you to do it.
I rolled like terrible.
You cast Aphasia, and she sticks out her tongue and smiles.
I stick my tongue out as well and cast Vanish, and then...
Okay. Alright. Using your mage's powers to get off 2 powers in the same go. Okay, Texarak Gagat is fighting with the greatsword.
Yes, just the greatsword?
Yes, for some reason, just the greatsword.
Oh,
He
interesting.
begins to click the angriest click that you've seen. He goes into his rage and charges the opponent.
Alright.
The nearest opponent being the one that stuck its tongue out. But yeah, Tech went from 0 to 60 in like less than 3 seconds.
Yep.
He is savagely trying to
Is he
attack.
charging it?
Yes.
Power attack?
Yep.
Yep, okay, that sounds good.
Doesn't work.
He springs with his great cricket-like legs and comes pounding in with the
not a
mighty
human, of
greatsword.
course. It's not a human.
Nope.
Alright. Plus 15.
Oh yeah, Tech's really good at hunting and murdering humans, isn't he? His
Right,
favorite
yes.
enemy is
He loves
humans.
those.
I forgot that.
21?
So the story goes.
Oh yeah, this thing is not wearing very much armor, and Tech's blade cuts into it. She is screeching. Her blood is not red as you'd expect, but strangely green.
Alright.
Cute.
Damage is d12 plus 14. 22 damage.
Ugh.
Don't fuck with our murder
Ugh. It's not bloodied, but yeah, there's all sorts of green blood, and that one is no longer in good spirits as the blade comes slashing in and cuts some of her leather armor off, which seems to be popping off anyways as the creature is transforming.
Oh, they're
Okay.
druids. They're transforming into beasts.
Yeah.
Pharisee?
Pharisee flies about 10 feet up and back
Okay.
with a move.
Tech flinched like he almost attacked you when you moved by him,
Huh.
but he's now
He's in
engaged.
a rage, man.
Yep.
He's dumb and
And-
in a rage. You've never seen him this dumb raging before.
Yeah, casts Sleep Hex at Yeva.
Okay, the one that hasn't been attacked.
Yes, yeah.
This is a supernatural ability, so
Your turn to sleep,
so
Yeva.
spell resistance does not apply.
Yeah.
Yes, you drink the poison!
15, make the save.
15 doesn't make the save. It's a
Oh.
DC 17.
Okay, yep, you have a...
Yeah.
And is sleepy.
Pixel flies back over this way to. This is not Pixel's scene. Yeah.
Okay. Tech swatted at Pixel as she went by with an odd hand.
What is wrong with tech?
The elf woman, the one that fell asleep, ceases its transformation. The one that got hit by the greatsword is turning into something truly hideous.
Ooh.
Oh, a hag.
Whoa!
Knots of dark, moldering hair spill over features of the sickly, thin green.